Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for joining us here. If you're hearing any noise, that's Agape being mischievous. Agape, can you get down? Thank you, Agape. Miss Curious. Curiosity killed the cat, they do say. I hope you're all well. It's the 11th of December today, and we're looking at our most popular reading, the love reading that we do every Wednesday. So it's the 11th of the 12th of 2024, or you can take this reading as a timeless love reading. We will be using the Twin Flame Journey Tarot, and I'm going to be taking the feminine and then the masculine and see what's going on relative to the person that you are here looking for information on. Now, as I took my deck out of my drawer and started shuffling, as I always pre-shuffle before I open camera, this card was in between. So it is a big message for me. And Two of Swords is a dilemma. It's also a choice. So that's why that card is there. It's from another deck, and I haven't used this deck for a while, so the message, I suppose, had to come out today as the moon is transiting through Aries. It's almost coming to the end of Aries. It's at the 28th degree and ready to ingress into Taurus. The moon loves transiting through Taurus, so the next couple of days, 2.5 days, the moon will be, so emotionally, it will be more about stability, financial security. It's a feel-good energy anyway, the moon transiting through Taurus. And we could see this opposition from the lovers, Venus in Aquarius opposing Mars. And Mars is retrograding, coming back to, counting back to the 0 degrees, first degree, where he's going to oppose Pluto. That's how we're going to end the year of 2024 and enter 2025. So it's been quite a year. Let's see what's going on in love. Let's not waste more time. What's going on, dear Spirit? Calling on our spirit guides for advice on what's going on in love, as relationships have been very, very hard indeed. Let's see where we are. Dear Spirit, please guide. What's going on? And my goodness, everyone wants to talk to me. I haven't put my phone on silent and it's recharging, so it's not next to me, so I can turn it off. What is the Karma Dharma at this point where love is concerned, as the lovers are in opposition? And opposition could be a tug of war, it could be a dilemma, it could be a fight, it could be conflict, or we could work together and figure out what's going on where love is concerned. And trust, and we've got Aries, the Fool card. It's a brand new cycle, but you know, the Fool card can speak to someone being taken as a fool, but to me it's more of a risk. It's a risk taken on a new journey. Could be a physical, could be a metaphorical. Remember that there's always a risk with the Fool, as if, you know, he's at the edge of the cliff, so therefore someone needs to know that Spirit has their back. They need to have that faith. They need to trust in this new journey. It could be, as I said, it could be a physical journey, because we're coming up to the festive season. So someone may be ready to take that journey, ready to travel. Uranus also comes up with this card, and Uranus is crazy, does something that's totally out of the box, right? We will be taking a message. We'll be taking a message from the Whispers of Love, Mystic Moon Oracles, as we're looking into the psyche, your psyche, and your person's, your emotions. We'll be taking the handwritten love messages at the end of the reading. I hope you enjoyed the video that we did where I was answering your I was taking personal love cards for you. Our last upload, that was. So I hope you enjoyed that. We will not have time to do the yes players this week. And our special is still on. It's still on until the 20th of the month. We've got the full reading slashed. You can, price-wise, it's an opportunity to get a half-hour tarot reading. And that will be until the 20th of December. The link is beneath if you're interested, and I will be in the chat with you. So if you want to chat with us, I'm here. Let's see what's going on. We're looking on the left side is the Divine Feminine, or whoever holds the Divine Feminine role within this relationship. Remember, Mercury is still retrograde through the sign of Sagittarius, and lots of people from the past will be returning, even with Mars. Mars retrograde. Mars is retrograding through the sign of Leo, will go back to Cancer and then return back to Leo. So Mars could be what our desires and, you know, what we're hoping to manifest and what we're hoping to have the energy or the power or the confidence to do, even if it's going to war. You know, and when I say war, having that fight within us as to be able to manifest relationships that come from the heart. Leo is the heart. As Mars is going to return back to Cancer early in 2025, it's going to be more about the emotional security, and it's going to bring up lots of themes and issues relative to security, safety on an emotional front, right? Or issues with the family, with someone's personal life. So thank you, dear Spirit, for your guidance. Let's see what's going on. Let's look at the Divine Feminine. First of all, where is the Divine Feminine? We've got the Five of Pentacles, isolated and alone. Charging ahead, we've got the Chariot. The Strength card, restraint. So the Divine Feminine is feeling left out in the cold, feeling very lonely, wanting to charge forward, maybe possibly wanting, because Five of Pentacles could be two people that don't hold the same beliefs anymore, two people that have got, first of all, financial issues, but possibly also going through changes where their beliefs are concerned. I don't know if it's a past relationship. I don't know if there are big differences between you and the person you're hoping to manifest. There is a possibility that because of the Chariot, which can speak to a house move or travel, some of you, if you're in another connection, may be hoping to charge forward, to change homes, to move out, but you're holding yourself back. Maybe you're not feeling confident enough. Maybe you're planning when this can happen for you. And it's interesting that we've got Cancer and Leo, and this is where Mars will be retrograding. So a very long period for some of you, as it's, I think, Mars, I think it's end of February, if I'm not mistaken, that Mars will be turning direct, and will be possibly finishing up in Leo in summer. So it's going to be quite a long stay in the sign of Cancer. Then Mars is going to return back to Leo, where Mars does well in a fire sign. And remember, the restraint, strength is necessary, right? So Cancer and Leo come through. Cancer is more, remember, we've got this, the moon and the sun. The moon rules Cancer and the sun rules Leo. So sun and moon either together being a new moon, which could be a new seed that you're planting in your life, or if it's an opposition, then it's you're seeing what you need to do. A cycle maybe that's coming to fruition and culmination. Let's see what else. We've got the Tower, divine intervention. So for whatever reason, if you've been holding yourself back from changes or from taking that and charging ahead, if you've been restraining yourself and holding yourself back because you don't believe in yourself, or because there's a little bit of ego coming from you, if you hold Leo in your chart, maybe you don't trust in your own abilities, you're doubting, maybe also doubting if whatever it is, because you've been holding yourself back, maybe there's a detach, maybe there's been no communication. And therefore distrust in moving forward with this relationship, or distrust that you've got the power to get out of an unhealthy situation, maybe because the Five of Pentacles, remember, it can speak to financial distress, not having the means to move, not having the means, and possibly counting your pennies, and needing to believe that at some point, because we know that financially things have been difficult, at some point you're hoping that there's some sort of a return, or because remember the Five of Pentacles comes before the Six. So we've got a 5, a 7, and an 8. So the 6, which is the reciprocity or the return, or anything to do with equal giving and receiving, balance and harmony within relationships, whether it's a past or it's a relationship maybe that has not come to fruition, that you're hoping to manifest. Whatever the case, we see the Tower and there's divine intervention. So it's all about change. Remember, the Tower is a major shift. It's also awakening. It could be a harsh awakening. Let's see. And we've got Temperance, restoration, which means healing, restoring. Even though we know Temperance does speak to balance, here it's more about restoration and healing and finding balance. So the Tower, these could be messages coming through from Spirit. We've got 4 on the side of the Divine Feminine. We've got 4 major arcana cards, so this is incredible. Absolutely incredible. And we've also got Sagittarius here. Divine timing is Temperance, right? Where there's an alchemy going on and something is going to be restored, but after a breakdown or a breakthrough or a breaking out or a breaking free, because the Tower, remember, is something that has not been built on solid ground. Remember, Leo is very fixed. I mean, Cancer is cardinal water, which means a new cycle, hopefully an initiation into an emotional new cycle, and wanting that. But there's fixation here from Leo, a little bit of ego, a little bit of vanity. Maybe also doubts where matters of heart are concerned. Because if there's been a detach and no communication, let's say, then obviously you would be doubting that the person you're hoping to manifest, that you hold their heart, let's say. Let's see. Let's take another card. And we've got the 3 of Swords, heartache. Heartache, heartbreak, and third parties more than likely. Let's take your person. What's going on with them? Or the Divine Masculine, we can say. 10 of Cups, contentment and joy. Remember, we're not reading reversals. The Emperor. We've got Judgment and Karma Review. Queen of Wands, confident and magnetic. Page of Wands. And the 4 of Swords. healing and recovery. It's interesting that both of the outgoing cards, we've got a Three of Swords on your side. Most of you are the Divine Feminine, or as I said, take whichever side suits your situation. And then we've got the Four of Swords, healing and recovery. We'd also have another healing card here with Temperance. So we've got the Ten of Cups and the Emperor. We also, when we look at the tarot, we need to look at the coloring of the cards. And I notice here with the Ten of Cups and the Contentment and Joy and the Emperor, they're both black and white and greys, as well as the Four of Swords, which to me, the black and white is like an energy of there's no color in my life. Everything is black or white. It's either good or it's either bad. And the fact that we've got the Ten of Cups, which many of you know that have been with us here for a while, that tens always speak to endings and restart, right? Because it's usually the family card, and we see a lot of happiness, happy family, so on and so forth. But it is a 10. And then we've got a 20, which next to the Emperor, and the Emperor we know is usually a father, a business owner. This could be someone that holds heavy responsibilities, someone that can be a little bit temperamental, quick to anger, short-circuited, you know. With the Emperor, of course, it's the energy of Aries, but I also see Taurus, I see Capricorn, I see Aquarius. The Emperor usually would give security, but remember the Judgment being, and we've got Scorpio here, the Judgment being right next to the Emperor, and it's called Karma Review. Judgment card is the Emperor is waiting on that green light to resurrect their love life, to have a second opportunity, but this happens through crisis. Now, because we've got a Queen of Wands and a Page of Wands, your Emperor could be in another relationship where they've got, they could have a child. The Page of Wands is a message of enthusiasm, passion, but also it's the minor arcana of the Fool, which is like a journey, enthusiasm about a journey if this is not an actual child. Because we've got the Queen of Wands, this could be a spouse, this could be their spouse, but I'm not going to rule out that it's your energy, because we've also got the Strength card here. So here we've got Aries, Leo, or Sag. We've got we've got Leo and Sagittarius here, as well as Aries with a Fool there. So this could be a spouse, and remember, because we're not reading reversals, she could be, if this is your energy, and we see she's got her back to the Emperor, and he's got his back to her as well, which can say, if this is you, then you're not communicating, or we see them going in different directions, so going about their own life in their own business. But if this is a spouse, then Queen of Wands would be, she's very flirtatious. She likes everything extravagant. Remember, we've got an Emperor and a Queen of Wands here. So the Emperor does trump the Queen of Wands. They could also be in business together. They could also work together. But she can also be quite self-centered. I also see there is a possibility that she's an unfit mother, and I'm going to say that because if this is an actual child of the Emperor, she's got her back turned to this page as well. And because we've got two cards of fire, the fire element, that's why I'm saying that this could be, because the Emperor holds fire as well. So this is obviously could be the child of this couple here. In another case, if this is not an actual child, then this could be the Emperor, returning, going through some sort of a review, maybe looking over the situation again, your situation. They could be, as I said, they could be coming out because obviously here there's been no love life where the Emperor is concerned. And this is second chances, but through crisis. And we've got the Four of Swords here, which tells me obviously the Emperor has been going through either health issues, psychological issues, or just going through a broken heart. If this is a love triangle, Three of Swords is here. Maybe you have broken their heart. Maybe you could be the third person. If your Emperor is in another connection, another relationship, it could be 3 people, could be 4 people here. So Scorpio comes through quite strongly. We do have some air and water. Well, Scorpio is more water. We've got, as I said, Aries, Taurus, could be Capricorn, could be Aquarius. These are the signs. And we've got the Hierophant, spiritual advisement. So this is a card of marriage. Obviously, Taurus comes through. This could be a promise for me. It could be a promise. Or if your Emperor is in another marriage, because they could be very traditional, you know, the Hierophant is about tradition, security, right? Business. Sometimes Taurus can base their commitments, even their personal commitments, on how they could feel more financially secure. It is very important for Taurus individuals. But the fact that it says spiritual advisement, and I was going to say, if this is a marriage, we see they're holding on by the skin of their teeth, right? So that's messages that I don't usually get with these cards. But this could also be a promise relative to a spiritual connection. What's beneath that? 3 of Cups, celebration and community. This could be a promise that there will be another get-together, another meeting, a reconciliation, possibly. And we've got a King of Swords here. King of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra. Someone who wears a uniform, someone who's very quick-witted, holds back on their emotions. So we've got another king here. Now, we've got 2 kings and a queen. The Lovers. So there is a choice. We've also got the 2 of Swords there. Twin flame connection. Twin flame connection and the Fool card here. Someone is ready to take that leap of faith. And the 8 of Swords, stalemate and indecision. But the activation of the Fool is here. So we've got Aries and we've got Gemini, Aquarius, Gemini. A lot to do with communication and perception. And look at the Fool. They're ready to take that leap of faith into moving towards the future, even though the Fool here is facing the past. And with all these retrogrades, there are themes from the past that are coming back. The Lovers is a blessed union, a divine union, right? It's a twin flame, obviously. It's the twin flame connection. And remember, very important also for Gemini people, with Jupiter retrograding in your sign. If you're a Gemini, this could be a very significant time where love is concerned. And of course, Jupiter retrograde will be bringing people back from the past. Now, of course, you have to look at the area of your chart that rules Gemini. That's where Jupiter is. That's going to bring the blessings as Jupiter is retrograding. And as he turns direct, you will see the rewards. Dear Gemini, possibly it's very positive for the air signs and the fire signs, but even squares, difficult aspects from Jupiter are very positive. So maybe this is, you know, Jupiter retrograding there is giving us that bird's eye view of where, you know, which way we need to go, giving us that bigger picture possibly. Lots of truths, lots of communication we will be having with people that are returning from the past. Not everyone will be connecting with someone from the past and getting through the troubles. Some of you may be, going back to old situations, or people from the past coming back so that you could close that door. And energetically, it's like, cutting that umbilical cord and clearing your energy from anything that is blocking your forward momentum where love is concerned. Now, King of Swords I will not rule out divorce and divorce settlement, separation, because he could be a solicitor, he could be a lawyer, he could be an advisor, he could be a doctor, he could be a mathematician, someone who uses his mind, uses his logic. And we know that it says quick wit and intellect, someone that's very quick spoken, comes up with intelligent resolutions. They've got the gift of the gab. Either that, or we don't read reversals. The King of Swords could be someone that's very poison-tongued and can be very verbally disturbing in many cases. I always say they've got a sharp tongue. Air signs, their shadow side could be very, very, very hurtful. But we've got the Three of Cups, celebration and community. So I don't know if this is someone making a decision to communicate, to meet up, because this was a promise. But this meeting or this reconciliation may be blocked because of third parties. So I want to take one more on each of the outgoing cards. I need more information. Thank you, Spirit. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, so very motherly. She's the minor arcana of the Empress, and we've got an Emperor here. So Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Queen of Pentacles, mother, wife, very dependable, very standard. She's always there. She's very motherly to others as well. She's grounded. She knows what she wants. And some of you are mothers. Some of you may be also grandmothers, because I know that in our community we've got some mature people. So, or she could be seen from the Emperor, because the Emperor is more about stability, right? More about keeping that ship afloat. The Emperor is the captain of the ship. There's a match with the Emperor where passion and desires are concerned, because Queen of Wands, she doesn't hold back on her sexuality, her desires. And let's not, cross out that this may also be, the Queen of Wands could be also the Queen of Pentacles, especially for some of you. I mean, you could have, think about it, I mean, Queen of Pentacles could be Capricorn and have Sagittarius planets as well, or the other way around, or Virgo, Leo, or Taurus, Aries, right? So let's not cross out that each situation is different. But this could also be the Emperor seeing you, having you as the perfect mother, the one that they know they would want to build a safe and secure home with. Let's see. So many of you have been heartbroken. Maybe you've needed to be very patient. You're waiting on some sort of healing. And there's divine intervention going on in your lives, as if because being an earth sign, showing up as an earth sign, whether you are or you aren't, something needed to change, and it's changing for you through spirit. I mean, this is the divine intervention that's bringing restoration, healing, and balance, maybe even justice, I'm going to say, for you. Let's look at your person with the healing and recovery. We've got the Ace of Wands, and there's a spark. The Ace of Wands is an opportunity. It's like look at the color. The Emperor is getting their color back. The color is coming back to their lives. So whatever this enthusiasm is, it could be that they're thinking of sending out a message. Maybe they needed their time to heal with whatever's going on with them, because they've gone through a critical moment, a moment of judgment. Maybe they've been judged harshly, maybe they judged harshly, but their life has been going through a karmic review, which is very fated indeed. Now, there's a lot of desire and a lot of passion relative to the Emperor. And it looks like they had turned their back to what they desired and what they needed. They needed their time to go through healing, to think, to pick up their pieces, because obviously they've gone through something difficult. But it looks like the color is coming back into their life. Their drive, it could be sex drive as well, their energy. And this could be maybe they've gone through a physical illness as well. That's what we see with the Four of Swords, someone that's lying in bed. And the fact that we've got someone lying in bed could be that this person, the Emperor, has been very patient with this Queen of Pentacles. They've been very patient and hoping that they get to lie down in bed with the apple of their eye. So a physical, getting physical. Let's get physical, says Olivia Newton-John, right? Because the Ace of Wands is a very sexual card. Let's see what the general energy is. We said it's the Hierophant. Short memory, Kathy. And let's take some more messages. I want to see what is the message from the Whispers of Love. Now, from the side of the Divine Masculine, we do see a fair bit of water. So it could be someone that's quite emotional. If we're talking about Scorpio, Scorpio is very hidden where their emotions are concerned. There's water, there's fire, and there's air on the side of the masculine. On the side of the feminine, we've got... interesting that there is no earth, even though I do see the Emperor as Taurus as well. That's the only earth, and we see Taurus here, so obviously it's more than likely true. Earth is all about getting grounded, right? If we've got... Hello, she just stepped on my keyboard. What, Agape, what have you done? Agape, what have you done? Oh, did you? Agape, what have you done? Miss Catastrophe, do you mind? I love you too, sweetheart, but I really need to get this reading. I hope we are recording. It looks like it's still recording. Let's see what's going on with the Whispers of Love. I was talking about water, fire, and air. And there is a little bit of earth. There's more fire. Well, equal fire and water. Fire is desire, water is emotion. Earth is stability, right? Being grounded. On the feminine side, we do have some air. We've got some fire here as well. Some water. We've got a little bit of everything on the side of the feminine. The Divine Feminine, whoever holds that. Agape, do you mind? You're on my keyboard. Sorry, everyone. Let's see what's going on. What is the message, please, Spirit? What is the advice? What is the advice relative to love? Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. Wow, everyone. And it's a number 35, which equals an 8. So maybe there's been restraint. Where's my mouse? Okay. I'm going to have to pause because I don't see my mouse here. Now it's connected. I hope we're still all right, but I'm just going to start recording again just in case there's an issue. I'll be right back. Let's continue. So number 35, which equals Gemini, we do see the twins. And when I say the twins, it's like twin flames. So loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. So this is what is necessary. It is necessary to speak loving words and speak the language of love. Okay, so words, yes, words are very important. Words of love, words of connection, words of course, we need to open up emotionally, because then the other does not know. Let's look into the psyche. Let's go into the emotions. So let's look at you first of all. To me, with the Three of Swords on the side of the Divine Feminine, it's telling me that because Temperance is here and restoration and healing needs to take place on both sides, I would say, and maybe this was a period of time when there was no connection at all. There are more major arcana cards on the side of the feminine than the masculine. Let's see. Let's look at the feminine. The feminine is feeling very alone indeed. We've got inner child. Let's put them on the side here. Some of you may be mothers. We see the child here as well. We've got free will. This is about freeing that inner child. And we've got summer. And summer could speak to happiness. Leo comes through again. But it's also, the summer card also reminds me of flirtation. Being more flirtatious. Possibly also things going on during the summer. Because we've got Aquarius, Leo here. Maybe in the time of the new moon in Leo during summertime, and possibly the full moon in Aquarius, there was something to do with that inner child. For some of you may have had some issues relative to your children as well. This is all about freeing those wounds, those wounding childhood memories, possibly during the summer, or there was something going on with you and your children. Maybe it was during the summertime, or this is saying that some of you may be free, because if you're either parents or grandparents, it could be that you're free from responsibilities, because we see the Queen of Pentacles. She's got children, she's got responsibilities as well, but maybe also, sort of getting free and living the life which would be summer. The summer card is a card of happiness. Free will is Aquarius. It's about having that bird's eye view of how to find your happiness and not fearing going through, possibly also maybe using your logic and not using your logic and bringing some healing into the situation, healing your heart, being more childlike as well, because the summer card, which is Leo, does speak to the inner child as well. So maybe releasing any wounding of, needing to do things by the book. The Hierophant is, this is what I believe, this is what I grew to believe, this is what I was taught. Because for the Divine Feminine, with the Five of Pentacles, it's also a card of beliefs. So I get the feeling here that the Divine Feminine, whoever holds that feminine side, because you've got Leo here as well, which Leo is about fire, it's desire. Leo is very sexual, right? Maybe it's the divine feminine needs to leave the frigidity a little bit and the conservatism or old beliefs. And that's what the change could be within the divine feminine that could change the whole situation. It's like Spirit is saying, free yourself, let your hair down, have some fun. Be young at heart and don't only look at responsibilities. Let's look at the divine masculine. Mask. So Pisces comes through for them. We've got the divine masculine who's gone through what? The mask does remind me, obviously, of the Hanging Man and Pisces. Maybe they've gone through their own awakening. Maybe they were, if not wearing a mask towards you, maybe not seeing things clearly for themselves. Maybe self-illusion, self-deception, and they're going through an awakening. It's interesting that we've got two divine masculine, and we see their backs, which to me I'm getting also that the divine masculine is very upset with the divine feminine. I mean, they tried to move away. They tried to get away. It's like they turned their back on this relationship at some point, I feel. Maybe turn their back on love in general. And they're stuck. They're still stuck. They've got issues. They've got issues and responsibilities. And this, of course, is a Cronian card, a card of Saturn. So heavy responsibilities. Now, it's interesting because we've got the mask that was worn, and interesting that we've got Saturn in Pisces. This is where, because they may have put up boundaries, maybe those boundaries are being dissolved as they're seeing more clearer what this relationship is about, unless they were dealing with another deceptive individual. And this was their karma, something that they needed to learn. Let's take one more. Interesting that summer and stuck both start with S. The letter S is coming through. I don't know why. We've got winter. And of course, in the northern hemisphere, they're stuck in a wintry phase. Maybe stuck until winter is over, because here we see more fire with the Ace of Wands. Remember, even the Four of Swords, I mean, it's very grey, right? A very wintry sort of an energy. So maybe, because the winter card also reminds me of them having gone internally, going within, right? Very much the hermit energy. And loneliness. Feeling quite lonely, or feeling very, how can I say it, very, it's like they're in a heavy energy still, even though they have moments where they connect to the divine and to spirit. They're still stuck in a wintry phase, whether it's the season of winter or whether it's that they're still stuck and they've got issues, possibly with issues with law. They're not able to move, they're stuck. For some of you, this could also be someone that's had car troubles. I want to take one more on your side with a summer card. It's interesting. We've got summer on your side and winter on their side. So it's total opposites. They do say opposites attract, but then again, they could be clashing. They could clash. We've got pause. So there's a pause and there's waiting. What's at the foundation? We've got pride and ego, and that needs to... pride and ego needs to finish up. I mean, pride and ego is a very lucky card indeed. It is a very spiritual card. Remember the totem animal of Juno, the wife of Jupiter, the queen of the gods. This speaks to abundance. I mean, this was her totem animal. It speaks to a very strong spiritual connection as well, but it can also speak to some ego and some vanity. We've got the victim. This could be saying that someone is the victim, but they're wearing a mask, not telling you the truth. I get similar energies from both of you. And I'm wondering, some of you could be on different continents. I mean, the divine feminine could be in the summer season, coming up to the summer season, and the divine masculine could be coming up to the winter season. So that could be literally or metaphorically. Let's take some Lenormand. We're coming up to the festive season. And we see pause on both sides. Let's see what's going on in this love connection. We're going to take 3 cards. We've got the house. The house could speak to someone in another connection, another marriage. We've got the garden. And we've got the stars. Number 4, which is also the Emperor. Number 20, which is the Judgment card. And then the stars, Aquarius, which is also divine intervention. Yes, this could say that your person is in another connection. The garden can speak to someone's reputation or the mask that they wear towards their community. But remember, it's a number 20, and remember, this is where Venus is birthed through the... she comes up through the fountain, she was birthed on the water. But the garden also can speak to a connection, like a meeting in a public place, or someone that's well known in their community. And yes, this could say that many people will be talking about what's going on in the personal life of this emperor, if this was someone that was keeping their private life private. Because I see the house as stability, and then with the garden, it's more about freedom, being open, And then we've got Aquarius, which is the star, and that is all about freedom as well. But the star is also progression towards goals, and it's, it's in the future. It's talking about the future, that there will be a wish fulfillment. Let's get a little bit more information. On the house, we've got clouds. So if they're in another connection, whoever is, because it could be you as well, the clouds speak to deception, they speak to doubt. On another level, the house could be that this is what is on offer here, something long-term, and that there can be a lot of happiness and a meeting, and that will be like a wish fulfillment. It could be that you're physically at a distance to each other, but there are doubts here. There are things that are quite unclear. We've got the divine masculine showing up, and on the stars we've got the lucky clover. So it's a moment of luck that needs to be taken. A moment of, even though there's an illusion, it's like your person is showing up for you. Let's take another card on that cloud. We've got the ship, which does speak to physical distance, also transition, physical move, or after being stuck, even though there's an illusion, there's still change. The ship is a very lucky, a Jupiterian card. We've got a new cycle, the stalks that bring the child, building a nest, and the nest could be a relationship, right? Children could be involved. And then the lucky clover, we've got the bear, which the bear to me is parenthood. It's security with someone that holds a position of power. Of course, it could be a mother or a father, and also someone that has their own business, someone that holds a position of leadership. What's at the foundation? We've got the moon. The moon says that this relationship goes deep. It could also be a very secretive relationship. Lots of secrets concerning someone's personal and private life. And there are the fish. The fish which speaks to abundance, possibly feeling abundant and very lucky and very rich, as something could be lit up, cleared, relative to what was confusing. Let's take the little love oracle, dear spirit. What's going on at this time where love is concerned? What is going on? What is the potential? We have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups, this is a white wedding. For some of you, this emperor has had a white wedding. It was only more of a contract, an agreement. Surely business could be involved here. But we see that the bride holds a letter. And oh my God, I cannot see my writing. This is a successful marriage and a passionate love connection. And I'm not taking reversals here. And there are the clouds. It's like the Seven of Cups. And then we've got the soulmate connection. Third parties, and one of these people do not fit. And you see different hair coloring. The little girl and boy that are building these castles in the sand. They come from the same place, more than likely. It's the little boy that's outside, that it feels like an outsider. But it is the Six of Cups, which is a soulmate connection, nostalgia. Now, with this card in the middle, we see the darker clouds closer to this white wedding. Even though it speaks to a successful marriage, this maybe was a facade. And what the bride is holding could be news, communication, could be legal documents as well. And the news that she receives maybe is not so good, because we see the dark clouds which bring worry. And we see the white clouds next to the Six of Cups. So it's like the dark clouds are clearing. And that if this is a third party situation, then this was a white wedding. If not, there's news that's coming in where worry is leaving you, and there's potential for a successful long-term relationship. But it could be also news that someone is now free and able, because the Ten of Cups speaks to a restart, an ending and a restart. And that would be the Emperor, that they're coming out of an unhappy relationship. The card speaks to contentment and joy. This is what the Emperor wants. They want possibly also to offer contentment and joy, because the white dress speaks to purity, purification, which brings up more stable, signs, purification, healing. This would be Virgo, Pisces, more strongly, like being ethical. And remember the Hierophant, doing things by the book. We do see and look at the similarity here. Look at this. Look at the similarity. Look at that there. So it looks like the news is coming in. She's turning her back to worry, and that there's nostalgia and there's an emotional balance, let's say. And obviously, two's company, three's a crowd. So someone will have to fall out of the equation with this Six of Cups. And we've got a 10 and a 20, which we had on the Emperor's side, right? The 10 of Cups and the Judgment card, which was 10 and 20. Here we've got 20 and then 10. So it's like going back. It is like going back. So we've got all cups, all emotional cards. So it's going to be a very emotional week, it looks like. Let's take some messages of love and see. Remember, my dear friends, to speak the language of love, because loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. Let's get into their head. And remember, we may also be connecting with your energy, with your thoughts. You will always be in my heart. I can never or will ever forget you. If not with you, then no one. Wealth is not important to me. Wealth for me is connecting to my other half on a spiritual and emotional level. Nothing else matters. We are from such different worlds, but I'm willing to work on this union. Let's see where this will take us. Lots of earth, I see here. Our families will never accept this relationship. Why did you cut me off just like that? I can't deal. Can't deal with that. I'd weather any storm to be with you. I've made space for you in my life. Someone is becoming single. You took the stars from my eyes and you took my heart, and I want it back. Let's take a couple more. You are the love of my life. You were cold, distant to me. I needed more passion, and you stole my heart and my happiness. So there has been heartbreak, obviously, here. Your love touched my soul. So if you've received any of these messages of love as personal messages, then there's surely something important here for you. Let's take the Island Time Wellness. And remember, this little deck usually shows the more darker side, the more reality side. But remember, the advice here is trust and the Fool card, that there is a new cycle, a new journey. Trust that your person will take that leap of faith. Trust that something is being closed up. We've got sunglasses. So a cycle has or is finishing for the Fool to come out here. We've got sunglasses. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. And the Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings. Growth, change, liberation, and transition. So someone is checking the other person out, obviously. Watching their social media. Someone is going through a death process and ending. Obviously, endings bring new beginnings. Growth, change, liberation, which means someone is being liberated. And transition, which is change. But who's doing the most stalking here? Who's being the cheeky one? Because, okay, we didn't have the Seven of Swords, which would be more stalking and more watching, and but someone's wearing those glasses, and the glasses, we've got the mask on the divine masculine side, so I'm going to say it's more so the divine masculine. We've got heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect. So it's only a matter of time that this key and this resolution to an opening of a heart, of a relationship. This is welcoming love. This is the key, means a new home, a new resolution, a new unlocking of a heart that was broken, healing of a heart that was broken. And we've got healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, and being happier. So that's what I have. Healthy choices to me says that obviously where there have been unhealthy choices in love, obviously this is someone that's now looking at being with someone that will, where they could share a healthy connection and not an unhealthy, which weighs very heavily on us physically. First of all, our mind, then our emotions, then our psyche, our subconscious. And when we're unhappy, then we can get physically ill. But it all begins through the mind, through the thought. Well, I suppose some of you will say it starts from the heart. I would love to hear your comments on whether you believe it starts from the heart or from the mind. My perception is that it starts off with the mind, because the mind is it is connected to the heart, obviously. It starts off with the mind. We hear what we like, we connect, we communicate, and then the heart starts to feel. And they do say that the heart has a mind of its own, surely. And this can get really interesting where conversation is concerned. That would be nice for a live chat one day where we could chat about that. But I will be on the premiere in the chat. So if you're interested to have that conversation and to talk about it, then I will be there. So do take that advantage. All right, my dear friends. So we do have some really positive outcomes promised here. But for some of you, it's not happening actually exactly now. Because if we take the Island Time Wellness, the now position would be the sunglasses, where someone is still stalking the other person. There's a lot of confusion with the Seven of Cups here still. Okay? So if you're interested, of course, in a personal reading, you can reach out. Remember, this is a general reading and may or may not resonate for your situation personally. So thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I've got to run. I've got personal readings to do. I'm wishing you well, and we will connect again. Thank you also for your donations, your very generous donations. Special thank you to Angie. You know who you are. Thank you very much, my darling. Love and light to all of you, and I will be back.